can't say there were any problems. The flight school was very professional. We had a backup from back home in Norway with some instructors overseeing the whole thing. So I felt very safe in that matter. There were no real challenges that I could see at that point.
The only problem I can think of, which is quite a unique problem that I faced during my training, was I completed the last part of my training, so my commercial, my multi-engine and instrument rating out in Sweden. Now, halfway through my course in Sweden, the UK decided to vote to leave the European Union, which meant that the value of the pound dropped. I had only paid for half of my course at that point, so the second half of my course overnight went up by £600.
Perhaps on the time management scale, because the problem me and my colleagues had was the unplannable future. Because when we started, everybody told us it's going to be 2.5 years, and then you just start right off because they need pilots, a lot of pilots. And this circumstance changed about 100 times during these 5 years. And that's probably one of the greatest learnings for me as well, that there's nothing sure until you have it written. And even then it might change. So that was probably the biggest challenge during my training, was the unforeseeable gaps in between. I think I had 2 or 3 times spanning from 4 months to a year where I didn't have completed the training until then, but I had some spare time. So, and we didn't know how long this period will take. So in former times, pilots were told, we will never need you. But this sentence is a lot better than if they say, it's just going to be a few months. Because if they tell you it's never going to happen, then you can focus your mind on something else.
Did I face any problems during the training? No, I didn't have any problems during my training.
I suppose that I had the same problems as everybody during my training. The most important thing or problem that I had during my training was that I was very exigent.
Well, finding a job as an airline pilot is a little bit more complicated task, where you have to invest also more money. In preparing for the theory exams, you need to get the question banks, which is also more money. You have to prepare for the simulators, which are also very expensive. One session can cost about €200. So you also have to invest even more money to get into an airline. And then for the type rating, if you eventually get in.